Notre Dame football recruiting fans, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad Hughesby, and today we're going to be going over which recruits will be in town for this year's spring football game. Now, a bunch of other schools in the country have already had their spring games. Michigan just had theirs last weekend. Tennessee's having theirs this weekend. And this is the marquee recruiting event all spring for these schools. Some kids are on their officials taking these visits. Carnell Tate is currently on an official to Tennessee. Some recruits are taking their officials in the summer. Some take them in the fall. Some even take them in the winter. But Notre Dame, they don't take it. They don't have any 2023 guys taking officials right now, and they won't until that first or second weekend of June. So all these kids coming in, if you are curious, are coming in on their own dime. They're coming in from around the country. I'm going to touch on some 2024 names, and they're flocking to South Bend, as I say in the title. We're watching a Don Schuler's highlight tape right now. He's actually currently in South Bend on a visit with his high school teammates, and one of his high school teammates is actually offered by Notre Dame 2024 safety Vobor Traore. I'm definitely butchering that name. Super, super talented. Alabama's offered as well. Top 247 player in the 2024 class. But regardless, Don Schuler will also be back for the spring game, as well as pretty much every other commit, if not every single one. I might be missing this, but I had the 2 defensive line pledges, Keon Keeley, Brennan Vernon. The 3 DB pledges, Schuler, Rhett, and Bowen. Bowen and Rhett probably being the 2 most important commits visiting for the spring game. Out of any of the commits, Bowen has taken numerous trips to Oklahoma. I believe he's at Texas A&M right now. Justin Rhett is scheduled to take an official to Georgia very, very soon. Don Schuler looks pretty much locked in, as do Vernon and Keeley. I'm very confident he ends up in this class. But then you have some of your other pledges, but all those other guys are locked in. Nothing to really worry about there. I don't think Cooper Flanagan's going to make it into the spring game, but he is visiting right now. He posted some pretty cool Instagram pics similar to the Dante Moore ones. I'm assuming all of you guys have seen that, where he was sitting on the pot of gold, golden throne. Never seen that before. Those were the best visit pictures I've ever seen. But they have a bunch of targets as well. Guys like Monroe Freeling, Sullivan Absher, 2 offensive linemen from the Carolinas. Christian Gray will make his name back to campus. I feel like everyone has forgot about Christian Gray. He's still a top target, and I still expect him to choose Notre Dame. Jaden Greathouse gets to campus for the first time. Kid from Austin, Texas. Texas is probably the biggest competitor of the kids. And then also 2 big-time offensive targets. Rodney Gallagher and then Jaden Lamar from Washington. Both of those guys are high-profile. 4-star recruits. Rodney Gallagher, I think, has a potential to be a top 40 or 50 player in the country. Reminds me a lot of Lorenzo Styles. And then Jaden Lamar is going to end up a 4-star back. I think him and Cedric Irvin would be the 2 in this class. Maybe Jeremiah Love. He just made it to campus actually a few weeks ago, but I don't think he ends up donning the blue and gold. So those are pretty much the main names to know about. I know Kingston Villanamu Asa, one of Peyton Woodard's teammates from St. John Bosco in California, will make it down to South Bend. He's a nice prospect. He was offered on the pot of gold day. But the main thing is getting all the commits back, trying to lock up guys like Peyton Bowen and Justin Rhett, who are looking at schools elsewhere. And then I bet you end up getting one of the Carolina kids eventually, either Absher or Freeling. At least you would hope. They're in the top 2 for both, in my opinion. Clemson is the main competitor in both of those recruitments. Maybe locking up Christian Gray, making some good progress with a guy like Rodney Gallagher or Jaden Greathouse, who's never been to campus before. Finalizing Jaden Lamar. I'm very, very confident he ends up at Notre Dame. And then, maybe they add another kid or 2 to that list. But as of right now, that's the list. So wanted to preview this. I know it's a little bit in advance. I believe the game is April the 23rd. I'm making this April the 10th. But just wanted to get it out here, get you guys excited, because this will be the biggest recruiting weekend in a long time for Notre Dame football, probably since the USC weekend, which was October 23rd, 2021. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, subscribe. Comment if you have any questions, and that's it.